What up, man? It's your boy Vigilante Styles, man. And guess what I'm using? Dun, dun, dun. Mixbus version 10 with the SSL 9000J. Look at that. So now we have SSL EQs, which is cool. So what I have now basically is an SSL console. What I always wanted. All right. So we have the SSL 9000J EQ. We have an expander gate. Version 9, I think, had the same thing. The compressor. So it's the same compressor or whatever. The EQ is the 9000J. You could flip back to the Harrison, but I like the 9000J, man. I do rap and R&B stuff, modern stuff, so I kind of go for the SSL sound. The bus compressor is the same from version 9. The only difference is we have immersive panning, so you have Dolby Atmos as well. So, but this is not going to be an Atmos mix. I don't know anything about Atmos yet, so I'm just going to focus on this. This is just one of my beats. No, it's not a trap or a drill beat or anything. It's just traditional bread butter hip hop stuff. Maybe kind of an R&B vibe too. And I'm just going to mix this. Also comes with the XT plugins now, so you get those for free. Before you had to pay for those. So you get the Ace plugins and the XT plugins now for free to go with it. So pretty fire. I'm going to go ahead and start a mix. And yeah, you guys need to hear this thing, right? Like, it's dope. I also like this too. When I go to the edit window, I can see my channel strip right here. So that's kind of cool. The only thing, I mean, if there's any complaint, is, normally I'm used to like just clicking over here and then like the red goes to the next channel. Very minor complaint, but it's not really a complaint, just something that I miss. But overall, everything else is pretty good. I think you guys are going to love the way this thing sounds, and the workflow is pretty amazing. I dig this improved monitor section as well. So, yeah. So anyway, let's get mixing. Let's go. This technique that I'm doing on the compressor is what they typically do on SSL compressors. Basically, you put your threshold all the way up, your ratio all the way down. And for this case, this is drums, I put the release all the way down as well, as fast as possible. I don't mess with the attack because, like on an SSL console, it's just a fixed medium attack, or you could do fast attack. But I just leave it alone. Basically, go default with it, and then you just adjust the ratio knob until you're getting a little bit of compression. And since the EQ is already going into the compressor, then you just flip over to the EQ and do your EQing into your compressor and then set your level and you're good. So that's how it works. Another thing, I mean, a nice thing about this too is you basically have an SSL 9000J with 12 mix buses. Like, that's amazing, right? So you get your 12 buses here still. I'm not using them because this should be cleaner. So this kind of music that I'm doing should be cleaner. The only tape we need is on the master bus, and that's just to give it a tad bit of analog flavor. But let's imagine I was maybe working with something and it has to sound more vintage. Then I'll go ahead. Or if I'm working on a huge session, then I'm definitely going to use buses. But not when I'm just doing a beat and just a few tracks, And especially if it's supposed to be more of a modern. It's not really modern sounding. I'm just going for a modern, clean mix. So I'm going for clarity. It's a 9000J. It's supposed to be clean, right? So I'm not going to go and dump things into the buses and go drive things into the buses or anything. But that's cool, but it's just, I think most people who mix on 9000J console too probably don't do the tape machine thing much anymore. They might use maybe some tape plugins or something, but otherwise it's not really, there's no real need to go batch process things into the buses and then go add tape. But it's there, right, if I want it. So that's cool. Because there are mixes where I do need that, especially when I'm doing like something that's old school sounding. Like I want to get that 90s vibe, and I definitely want to. The thing is, like, okay, you guys who follow my channel, I have like tons of plugins, right? And I have tons of tape emulation stuff like that. I hate most of all of them. Like the Harrison tape always sounds good. I don't know what they did. They studied the tape. They probably spent years just trying to figure out how to get tape to sound good in the computer. But they got it right, man. The tape sounds wonderful in here, and that's really important when you want to have a vintage sound. Is to be able to have the ability. And the nice thing is you don't have to go buy all these new plugins, man. You have everything you need right here. Do you need the next big stupid thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. Like, you got everything you need right here. Just mix on your console. That's what this is. That's why I'm so into the Mixbus system. Is I want to mix on my console and I don't want to be buying plugins. Don't get me wrong. I mean, unless it does something like something you need, but I don't want to have like 50 console plugins, which I have right now, and it drives me crazy. I need to uninstall them all, to be honest. Oh, we got the Focusrite console. Oh, I got a Neve console. Oh, I got another Neve console. Oh, I got like 5 SSLs. Jesus. Like I think all I need right here is sitting in front of me. And you know what's nice about this SSL EQ, of course, is SSL made it, right? So now that puts to rest the argument that I argue with dudes about SSL native is made by SSL. That's a real SSL. Well, this is a real SSL. It's made by SSL also, right? It's in Mixbus, and they own the company that makes Mixbus, right? So now that's an SSL. I got an SSL that is as SSL as can be right here in my Mixbus workstation. So there you go, right? SSL native's cool too. It's just I didn't really enjoy the 360 thing trying to do. This is for people who mix with the mouse and the keyboard, man, like I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have all the hardware and stuff, and I'm not into that because I just don't have the space, and I don't know. I've been an in the box mixer for a while, so I kind of like my desk to be relatively empty. Another thing too, I'll eat at my desk, right? So I need space for my food, man. I need space for my drink. I need, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to have all these faders and knobs and all this other stuff. I want my faders and my knobs to be on my screen, right? That's where I want them to be, and I don't want them in front of me. I like this. This is wonderful, man. And with the Dolby Atmos, dude, this thing is it. I mean, this is now. I think it's the Pro Tools killer, man. That's just my thing. I think this is the Pro Tools killer. I think I'm gonna uninstall Studio One. As a matter of fact, what? Am I really gonna do that? Yes. I don't like to keep crap on my computer, man. That I'm not gonna use. It's why I don't want to take up space. I do other things. I also game on this computer, so it's like I want to have the resources freed up. And if I have everything I need right here sitting in front of me, man, then I'm just gonna start. Removing programs, deleting stuff or whatever, man, and just keeping this bad boy, because this is all you need. I mean, if you can't get a good mix with this, then you don't know how to mix. That's really what it is at the end of the day. So let me continue on, because we're going to hear this in the context of a finished mix. So let's go. There you have it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull the master fader down so that we're just touching zero on the K14 meter. And, well, you see it's going into the red here. It's not really the red. It's not clipping because it hits a limiter. That's the nice thing about Mixbus from Harrison and SSL is that, well, originally from Harrison, they've always had a limiter on the master bus. So when you hit the master bus, when you hit it into the red here on the loudness meter, the K14 meter, you will hit the limiter. So, which is nice. So there's no way you can clip anything, make anything sound terrible in here. So anyway, I think that mix turned out okay. I it's for a beat that I'm gonna send to K Reno. So those from Houston, rap artists and stuff who know about him, he's a legend. And been feeding him beats, man. We'll see if he'll do something to one of these. That would be awesome if he did. But this is one of the beats I was going to send him, so I figured I'd mix that for the video so you guys can get a taste of what Mixbus 10 is like and what everything sounds like with SSL 9000J EQ. And the compression style, like I said, is common. It's that one, there's videos about it on YouTube about this compression style that was for SSL consoles mostly, and that's turning that ratio all the way down, bringing the threshold all the way up, and then adjusting the ratio knob until you get some action on the compressor, and then EQ into that, and that's basically SSL style EQing. I mean SSL style compression on your channels. So I did that because I figured the compressor should theoretically, it's a great compressor anyway. I mean, the Harrison 32C compressor is always amazing. Of course, the real 32C didn't have a compressor, but this one, the workstation, the Mixbus compressor is always awesome. So I figured I could do that compression technique. I can EQ into it with the 9000J EQ, and I can get a similar sonic footprint to something mixed on that console. And I think I do have that. Now you gotta take into account, man, like I pick some pretty, like when I make beats, I do pick some pretty shitty sounds. I don't know why. I just have a thing for like sounds that are already like probably overly processed to begin with. So when I go mix them in here, you might go, oh man, that might be a little too weird sounding for my taste or whatever, but that's what I'm working with. But overall though, I think that to really show you what this thing can do is to take tracks that are challenging like that and try to make a good mix out of it. And I think I made a pretty decent mix. People might wonder too, why do I have this gate on? It's the expander. So I have the expander on because, all right, think about this. I come from you see my other videos where I work with the Brainworks plugins, and they already have this engaged. So I engage it because I think what it's doing to the sound I want to say that it's doing some kind of character, because it's supposed to be a noise gate, but there's no noise in this. But I do it anyway because it kind of dulls some like really sharp attack sounds and stuff because it's basically the gate is working. So when it's working like that, or the expander's working, do I even know what it does? I mean, to be honest, not really. It sounds like it's gating things. So whatever. Whatever, I don't know everything. Okay, but the thing is, but I've seen it because it's already on the plugin, and when I mix stuff with the plugin with that automatically engaged, I get a good sound. So I just do it here, it's not knowing exactly what it's doing to the sound, other than that I can hear from what I hear is that, like, sharp things that have a sharp attack without compression, it'll dull it a little. And so I think it's part of, I feel like it's necessary to getting a good tone out of what I'm doing. But whatever, I don't claim to be an expert on anything. But the thing is here, I wanted to really show you this. This is amazing. We have a console that is very, very modern now. I love the Harrison stuff too, but you know me. I kind of needed an SSL thing, right? For the fact that I do hip hop, R&B, stuff like that. I kind of just need the SSL sound. And now I have it. So now I don't need those plugins. So I'm going to say right now, I haven't cussed through this video yet until right now. So I'm going to say, fuck those plugins, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't vigilant. If I, you know what I'm saying? How you watch it? You can't be watching a Vigilante Styles video and not hear a cuss word, man. That's what. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I'm tired. That's the thing. I'm just tired of dealing with plug-in shit, man. And they're not even good. Like, the thing is, in here, this 9000J EQ is done by SSL themselves, right? And you can't just go buy the Channel Strip 2 or any of the other SSL native and get this exact EQ. I mean, it's similar. Like, maybe it is. I don't know. It's similar. But there's, when it's in this environment, it's got a tone to it that does not sound similar. It doesn't sound... Okay, it does sound similar to the Brainworks, because the Brainworks was a 9000J, but it does not sound similar to the SSL native stuff. You know, I think it sounds better. Like, to be honest, I think this EQ sounds better than SSL native. But that's cool because, I mean, SSL native is also the same company. But there's nothing wrong with SSL native. I just like this EQ better. This sounds better to me. It sounds different to me, and it sounds better. And it could be because it's going through this tape saturation that's really nice on Harrison too. That's probably doing something. But overall, the main thing, this workflow. Dude, this workflow, you cannot beat this workflow. This workflow is amazing. This is why I really hate using the plugin versions anymore, because I just don't like opening up a plugin window and closing one out and going this and that. I like kind of what I'm doing here. I can see everything, all the moves, all the decisions that I did. I could see them in front of me. And I could flip through different things. I could see all my gates. I could see the compressors. I could see the EQs. And, of course, when I route things to the buses, I could see my buses. You know? So, you know, then the editor, nice thing, I can still see my channel strip that I have highlighted here. So that's another thing. I mean, because some people like to mix like this. I don't know who would want to just leave this window up and mix with channel strip here on the far left side. That's fine. You can do it that way too, to each their own. But I prefer to have this bad boy sitting in front of me like this, where I feel like I'm sitting in front of a desk. So anyway, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Go get Harrison Mixbus 32. Well, they don't even call it 32C anymore. This is Mixbus Pro. This is Pro. This is what I got. Get Mixbus Pro and go to the Harrison site and go pick it up. Get Mixbus Pro. You need this. If you don't, I'm gonna automatically be a better engineer than you, because I have better sound. I have a better sounding thing than you do. So you gotta outdo me, right? Go get it. Go to Harrison Audio or Harrison Consoles and go to where it says Mixbus 10 and go get Mixbus Pro. Why do I say Pro? Because, I mean, you can get the other versions, but they're not going to have the 9000J, and you're not going to have immersive, you know, Dolby Atmos mixing. And to me, you need it all. You got to have it all. If you're already an existing Mixbus user, you can get it for less than the full price. And then if you are not an existing Mixbus user, it's about time you got into the ecosystem. So go get, you guys shell out $500, but it's worth it. Come on, I mean, dude, a 9000J for $500. Yeah, go buy the hardware console, go put it in your house, right? Like, how much is that going to cost you? So anyway, if you enjoy my videos, like, subscribe, hit notification bell, check out my other videos as well. I mix a lot of stuff. It's not just my own music. I mix, like, where I got older videos where I'm mixing like multi-tracks that I got from who knows where, and watch those videos, check out some of the stuff, check out some of the things I analyze, like Plug-in Doctor and stuff like that. I think I have a video like that up still, maybe I don't. Just check out my other videos, man. Especially check out the one where I talk about Dr. Dre's mixing techniques. For those who are into hip-hop music, I think you're gonna really like that. I had a very rare rare article that I stumbled upon on the internet that I don't think anybody knew about, that Dr. Dre had spilled his guts on his compression, his EQ, his preferred hardware, that he would use to get, like, he gives you his vocal chain, the whole shebang, right? Go check that out. You're gonna love that video because that's very informative, and I do go over a bunch of other stuff. So stomach through it, because I'm also going over like history of other types of hardware, and the idea of knowing this history is so when you go buy the plugins, not really what they're supposed to do, but how people use them. I think that's what it was. So you have an idea, so you can experiment and go, yeah, this is how they used it back then. Let me try it that way. And then once you know kind of how they used it or what people liked about those certain pieces of hardware, you can then take that knowledge and then you can experiment on your own, knowing what it's going to do already, or what people tend to like, the tones or whatever they like out of certain hardware. I go over all that stuff, man. Check out I got 2 Dr. Dre videos where I analyze his production, his mixing techniques, not so much his production techniques, but his mixing techniques. Well, anyway, so no, you can't see my face on here because I'm not on the previous computer that I had where I had a webcam. This one, I have a desktop computer where I don't have a webcam for, but at least you can hear my voice. So anyway, it's your boy Vigilante Styles, man. You guys be good. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.